Have you ever thought about how much your inner world, your thoughts, your feelings, actually shapes your child's reality? It's this powerful, almost invisible force we're diving into today. We're going to explore how a parent's private thoughts create these incredible ripples that go on to define everything for their child. So, let's get into it. It all starts with this one really powerful idea. For our kids to be focused, happy, and successful, the first line of defense, it's not the rules we set or the lessons we teach. It's the quality of our own thoughts. What we're thinking right now is the fundamental protection we offer them. It's the very foundation of their entire world.
So how does a thought actually turn into something real? Well, it begins with the very first ripple, the physical space you call home. A parent's internal state, what you value, what you prioritize, what you think about, it literally starts to take physical shape in the world your child grows up in every single day. And get this, the amazing part is how simple and even kind of passive this can be. We're not talking about forcing your kid to read. It's about what's just lying around, having great books on the coffee table, stories about inspiring people, maybe some spiritual texts. When a child sees you picking up those books, their natural curiosity just kicks in. They start wondering, what's so interesting in there? And just like that, you've planted a seed for good thoughts, all without a single lecture.
Okay, so from that subtle environment, the ripple starts to get stronger, more active, and it happens through our words. See, our thoughts don't just stay locked up in our heads. They spill out into the language we use to describe the world. And that language, well, that becomes our children's inner voice.
This example just illustrates it perfectly. So imagine a father comes home and the car isn't cleaned right. In scenario 1, he says, "Ugh, the watchman did a bad job. I had to argue with him." The child standing right there, they learn that the go-to response for a problem is conflict, it's criticism. But what if instead he says, "The car wasn't cleaned well. I noticed the watchman seemed a little down today. I hope he's all right." It's the exact same event, but it creates two totally different worlds. In that one moment, the child learns either judgment or empathy.
And this is so much deeper than just teaching good manners. The philosophy we're talking about suggests that the constant criticism, the arguments between parents, it's not just noise. It generates a tangible negative energy in the home. And that energy can have a real physical impact, maybe even showing up as sickness in a child. It's a pretty profound idea that our emotional state can directly affect their physical health. Now let's take this whole philosophy and stretch it beyond the front door. The next ripple moves outward to how we deal with the entire world, especially the people who really challenge us. The core concept here is a radical one. There are no enemies.
So what does that even mean, no enemies? It's all about reframing conflict. When someone is angry or negative with you, instead of seeing them as your opponent, this perspective suggests you see them as, well, a messenger. Maybe they're delivering a test from a higher power, a challenge for you to keep your own peace. They aren't the enemy. They're just delivering the message. And this isn't just a passive idea, right? It comes with a clear, actionable game plan. First, you see their anger, but you make a conscious choice not to absorb it. Second, instead of fighting fire with fire, you choose to try and understand where they're coming from. And third, you actively wish them well, maybe even sending a prayer their way if they're going through a tough time. You see how that transforms a moment of conflict into an act of personal strength? And that is a powerful, powerful lesson for any child watching. This brings us right back to the power of our speech. This quote is just beautiful, that our words should be treated like a sacred text. They should be chosen with care, they should be meaningful, they should be beautiful. And why? Because our kids are little sponges. Our words become the blueprint for their own communication. It's the text they'll be studying and repeating for the rest of their lives. So as we pull all these ripples together, from our private thoughts, to our homes, to our words, and our entire worldview, we get to the final profound impact, the incredible responsibility that rests on a parent's shoulders. And this philosophy puts a pretty stunning number on it, 90%. Think about that. 90% of a child's life, their path, their well-being, is directly tied to the parent's good deeds, positive thoughts, and compassionate behavior. It's a huge number, and it really summarizes the whole argument. Our inner world isn't just ours. It is, for the most part, the blueprint for our child's future.
And so we'll just leave you with this question. It's not about being perfect or feeling guilty. It's just about being aware. Those quiet little thoughts you have, the casual words you use, the way you react to a frustrating day, These are the subtle, powerful ripples that are shaping a human life. The only question is, what kind of future are they creating today?